I was working in a pretty diverse environment, right? So like we had to test literally like every deployment method because I had to make sure no matter what my devs deployed, I could protect it, to some extent, right? And a part of that was like, serverless functions and like lambdas and containers, EC2s and VMs and everything else, right? And I mean, I was impressed when you guys were able to meet all of those different deployment methods. And two, actually, in my own testing, I threw the same amount of tests at every other solution that I was testing for the POC. And, it was something like 40,000 different attacks, with pretty typical, not impressive or anything like that. I just say it for context. Fastly was maybe in the middle of the bunch of when I tested them. So I deployed everything to Fastly, forgot one of the like low code deployment methods that I chose for it, moved on, turned on another WAF, deployed it, put it into block mode, threw 40,000 attacks at it, and something like 11,000 like got caught in the WAF in this competitor's WAF.
Yeah.
And I immediately thought I was like, okay, well, I configured something wrong. Maybe I did my test wrong, like whatever, whatever it might be. And I logged into the Fastly console because I literally just wanted to do a sanity check to make sure, like, okay, I thought I threw 40,000 attacks at it, but did I really? I mean, like, let's just go check real quick because I think Fastly was the only one that I still had access to. And I went in and I saw that it was still blocking, like it was still operating. I was like, what's going on here? There's no way it's still on this product. Sure enough, it's right in the code, right where I put it before. And yeah, the competitor missed, whatever it was, 25,000 attacks or whatever,
Yeah.
30,000 attacks. Fastly caught all of them. And so I just sat there. I just told my CISO, I was like, I think we're done testing. I don't need to test anything else.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's one architecturally, network architecturally, that speaks to the modularity of deployment methods for sure. The other piece of it is, I mean, you know it well now, but maybe the viewership doesn't. There's proprietary technology that goes into how we block. It's called smart parse. So it's not just regex keyword matching, which is how you get a lot of false positives. And then you have to knock bricks out of that,
It's like every other
Proverbial funnel.
WAF.
It is like every other WAF. And that's why all the WAFs, all those kind of WAFs kind of just compete on how many rules you get and probably pricing and maybe latency incursion, although I don't think a lot of them want to talk about latency incursion. Having smart parse allows us to be again very, very surgical and custom to the unique threat vectors that each customer is getting. So I think that's probably so on two sides. One, we've had customers that we for sure have customers in production that have a WAF, an edge WAF set up in front of Fastly agents, and Fastly agents catch the rest. And so, basically they're just like clean up the rest for us, clean up what wasn't caught.